Hello everyone and welcome to the season's finale of the GT3 series in Assetto Corsa. For round 8 of the URL-GT3 championship, we are traveling to Brazil to the famous Interlagos circuit with 14 drivers participating in qualifying. We had Tony Ukic on pole in his Nissan with a 133.3, then Florian Kutz in the Camaro and our drivers championship leader 3 tenths back, followed by Gregory Olivier. The drivers and the team's championship are still up for grabs. It's Florian Kutz's drivers championship to lose. Robert Horvat, serving a no qualifying penalty, would have to end on the podium, with Florian Kutz crashing out of the race. So there's still a slight chance for Robert Horvat in 14th, but he will have to make the best out of his race. Then in the team's championship, it's very tight for first, second and third, and we'll see who comes out on top. Let's have a look at the highlights of the race. Here we are on the grid at Interlagos, and as you can see, and so many times before, it is very cloudy in Brazil. Can Tony Ukic monopolize his pole position into turn 1? Let's see. Off they go. Tony has a good start, Florian has a good start, Gregory Olivier on the left has a bad start and he drops back, which puts his teammate Mihail Markovic on the outside of Florian Kutz. Can he get past to take P2 from the championship leader? Yes, he can. He slots in front in the white Nissan. Now we have Mando Liguori and Alex Scott, and then Reinhard Berger, followed by his former teammate in GT1, Greg Metcalf. Then going back to the front, it's Florian Kutz having a little look here at Mihail Markovic, but he slots in behind. And Alex Scott not having the best exit, while Hrvoje Dobrovic goes off the track only slightly. And then side-by-side action by Greg Metcalf and Gregory Olivier. Oh, Greg gets a small tap, hits Gregory slightly and goes off the track, while also Alex Scott rejoins, while he didn't find any grip in the fast section there. This gives Robert Horvat another couple of positions, so he's quite far up already. Here he is, followed by Gregory Olivier, so good start for him. Can he make his way up the field and challenge Florian Kutz? Then here on the second to last turn, 3 cars going off, no grip there. Miguel Santiago Carao also going onto the grass, so very tricky conditions here. And Robert Horvat spins around here at the second to last bend. He has his work cut out for him. So as we finish lap 1, it's Tony Ukic from Mihail Markovic and Florian Kutz, and then Mando Liguori and Gregory Olivier. Then we go on board with Simon Fillingham after a good start. He's behind Miguel Santiago Carao, and he wants to get that position. He got a better exit out of the last turn and gets his car alongside and in front of Miguel. Gets the job done. Miguel goes a bit wide onto the grass and loses 2 other positions in the process. Then also 3 wide action, and Sam Donadel trying to get past Simon Fillingham. Small tap there on the apex and another tap back from Mitchell Smith. Then Miguel Santiago Carao a bit wide onto the grass, which gives Alex Scott the opportunity to get up the inside here into turn 3 or turn 4. And then as we go on board with Miguel, look at the right, losing the rear. Alex Scott trying to fight the car, but then he spears off into the barriers. No grip for Alex Scott on the second lap. Ivan Gridello also hit the grass just a little bit, which made him go wide and lose 3 positions in the opening laps. And then Florian Kutz could stay close enough to Mihail Markovic to get into this position here on the inside with good speed. Can he get past for P2 in the Camaro versus the Nissan? Mihail Markovic makes it difficult. Oh, but he bounces over the curbs, loses grip and hits Florian Kutz off the track. Let's see if Florian can make the move still on this lap. We go back on board in the Camaro. Hard braking here at the 100-meter board and turning in. Oh, Mihail goes a bit wide onto the AstroTurf there. Is this the opportunity for Florian Kutz? Let's see. They get alongside, and this is a very tricky corner. We saw Greg Metcalf and Gregory Olivier in a slight incident there, but Mihoville was on the inside. He leaves some space, and that's Florian Kutz going through for second position. They're now very closely followed by Manlo Liguori and Gregory Olivier. And then riding here with Mitchell Smith getting past Ivan Gridello, just barely not touching him, also going wide on this turn like Mihovil Markovic did. And as we ride with Simon Fillingham, I think this is, or is it no, that must be Manlo Liguori, sorry, in the Lamborghini, challenging Mihovil Markovic as well when he got past Florian Kutz. Mihovil seemingly conceding the position, but yes, he does. He's on the outside, and Manlo Liguori takes the position back from him. Let's stay with this battle as Mihovil stays very, very close here. Gets onto the power very early in the Nissan, and we know they're great here on this track as Tony took the pole position. Going for the inside here, Mihovil. Oh, that's a small hit and run. Mandio going wide. He can rejoin quite quickly, but he loses 2 positions in the process. So it's now Mihovil Markovic and Gregory Olivier, the 2 teammates, followed by Manlo Liguori, and this is of course very good for their team's championship ambitions, as they are the best the best point scoring team at the moment in this race. Can they take the team's championship title? Let's see. Manlo Liguori will certainly not make it easy for them, as he keeps on the bumper of Gregory Olivier. And braking into the last turn, Mandio goes for the move, gets the job done, but is he now under the threat on the straight? Let's see what Gregory Olivier can do behind the very quick Lamborghini. They are side by side already. Mandio cleverly defends the inside line, but Gregory has quite a bit of overspeed, gets it stopped, and Mandio slots in back behind. Simon Fillingham is right behind, followed by Rvoje Dobrovic and Miguel Santiago Cara. Oh, Simon, small spin here into the Senna S's, and he loses 3 positions, unfortunately, for Team 87, as they were gunning for big team's championship points as well. And then we have Gregory Olivier. He's behind his teammate Mihovil Markovic. He went wide already to give Florian Kutz the position. Will he be doing the same for his teammate? Gregory on the inside, very, very tight. Very respectful driving by both of these drivers in the Nissan. Gregory Olivier gets through for P3 at the moment, but this battle is far from over, as you will see on the next lap. They got past the famous turn 4 cleanly, but Gregory didn't have the best line through this fast section, then bouncing over the curbs, and Mihovil going around the outside here on this slow turn. Very impressive move by Mihovil Markovic to get past his teammate cleanly and without costing them a big amount of time. Of course, this allows for the guys behind to stay close, but they keep at it. They're having fun. Mihovil Markovic in the front at the moment, goes wide again. Seems to be a signature move this race. Can Gregory now go up the inside and get past? It seems he can once again, so now Gregory is on top and on the podium, and that's the most important thing. They are battling for the podium, but especially they don't want to be hitting each other, as they want to take all the team's championship points they can get. Florian Kutz meanwhile can get away a little bit from the battling pair. Then Mihovil Markovic once again. Can he get past Gregory here on this section? He gets the car stopped, but has to stay behind Then further down that straight, braking into turn 1. Oh, a bit of a wide line there in front. Oh, and quite some oversteer on the curbs. Will we see any moves here? Let's see. He opts out of it at the moment. Will Mihoville go wide again? Yes, he will. And that's Gregory, if I'm not mistaken, and mixing up the two drivers, getting past once again. Oh, then a big move here. Miguel Santiago Carao taking advantage of a mistake by Hrvoje Dobrovic. A very good drive so far from him, very consistent, but even the smallest mistake can mean a position loss here at URL. Then riding with Mitchell Smith, he's behind his teammate Simon Fillingham, who has a spin again in turn 1, unfortunately losing the position to his teammate, which is not the best way to get team's championship points at the moment. Once again battling for the podium. Riding with Gregory Olivier. He was the one behind just before, but he got in front now, if I'm not mistaken. Mihovil Markovic here behind his teammate. Gets it stopped, and oh, both going a bit wide. Gregory Olivier here losing the position again to his teammate, but they're so closely matched. Would not surprise me if they have a race-long battle for a whole hour for this podium spot here. And I don't see anyone in the rear view mirrors, so they are free to play as they want. And we skip further a little bit as Gregory stays close to his teammate. Goes a bit wide here, but not as wide as his teammate, and that's Gregory getting past on the straight, and I think he will build a gap so big that Mihovil will not be able to get back at him into turn 1. And then riding with Mitchell Smith just behind Greg Metcalf. He gets onto the curb in a little slide, which is not the best way to start this very, very long straight. Mitchell has a better exit. Can he get past? Greg tries to defend the inside line for the Senna S's. Does Mitchell have enough speed? Oh, he gets into the draft, and now he can get out. Can he get the braking done in time? Greg brakes a bit earlier, but Mitchell is very, very wide, but gets the job done. So position gained for the Team 87 Ferrari 488. Tony Ukic then just in front, or just before the pit stops, in first position, and unthreatened from Florian Kutz, who is driving his own race. If he finishes in second place, there is nothing Robert Horvat can do to take the championship away from him. Mihovil Markovic then followed by Gregory Olivier. Manuel Liguori is not too far behind them in the Lamborghini. Then Miguel Santiago Carao, who we saw getting past Hrvoje Dobrovic. Then Mitchell Smith got past Greg Metcalf, that's what we just saw. Then Simon Fillingham trying to pick up the points. Robert Horvat, a real recovery drive, not the best race for him today. And then we head into the pit cycle, which actually meant Robert Horvat would pit very, very late and will not change tires, so he will jump some guys in the pits. Can he hold on with his worn tires though? Can he get in front of Florian Kutz? That's his goal probably, but I don't think he will be able to. Then by the end of the second stint, Robert Horvat didn't get close enough to Florian Kutz, but he did get close to Manuel Liguori and had a bit of pace on him. So Robert Horvat gets the job done on Manuel Liguori on one of the last laps of the race, so the second stint wasn't very action-packed. Can Manuel get back at Robert? Oh, he brakes very, very, very late. Luckily, Robert saw that coming from a mile away, turns in a bit later, and he gets back the position. Let's see if Robert can retake that position. It seems he will have to stay behind unless Robert makes any mistakes in the final turn to let Manuel through and take his position away, but he will not do that. Here we are with Tony Ukic, our race winner for round 8 of the URL-GT1 championship, GT3 championship, sorry. The final round at Interlagos. He's followed by Florian Kutz, then Gregory Olivier got in front of his teammate just before the pit stops. Here he is, Mihovil Markovic, and this 3 and 4 finish, while they are being followed by Robert Horvat and Manuel Liguori, as we saw. Voja Dobrovic is just behind. Then Mitchell Smith also finishing the race. And Greg Metcalf right behind him, not able to close down the gap. And then we have the non-finishers in this race, which were quite a lot. There's Tony Ukic crossing the line and winning the Interlagos round 8. Here are the final standings of this race. Tony Ukic with 27 seconds in front of Florian Kutz. Gregory Olivier got very, very close to Florian Kutz throughout the second stint, but was not able to make any passes. As you can see as well, Tony Ukic was by far the fastest driver on the grid. Gregory Olivier came closest. And looking at the Drivers' Championship, then we have Florian Kutz, as I said, taking second position here and claiming the driver's title for season 3 of the URL-GT3 Championship. And with their 3-4 finish, Gregory Olivier and Mihovil Markovic from MRS GT Racing will take the team's championship home for season 3. So it was very good racing here throughout the season. 8 rounds of GT3 epicness, and all provided by UnitedRacersLeague.com. So join our website, join us on Facebook, and subscribe to our channel to find out more about our races. We are heading into a small Christmas break now, and we will be back with more racing, URL GT1 and URL GT3 in 2017. We thank all of our members and all of our drivers for a good year of racing, and thank you for all their support. And we hope to see you next year for some good racing in GTR2 and Assetto Corsa.